changed my stance on how I'm viewing Halo Reach when it comes to MCC and PC. And by that, I'm not trying to view it more as the next set of Halo content coming to us, which I think a lot of players are doing. Rather, I just see it as being a really high quality legacy preserving action. Like if any of you have tried to play older games, especially older online games that no longer have a community, that are no longer supported, and you go back, it's just a hacked up mess. Those are really disappointments because certain games live in certain time frames, right? And oftentimes you want to go back and play that. Look at like WoW Classic, right? There's a lot of people who wanted to have that experience that they had back then. And the private server universe didn't ever deliver on that. There were some good private servers, but people still wanted to be able to go back and experience something that occurred only at a special time. And with online games, that's really tough. That is really tough to do. So in this video, I want to do kind of an old school commentary talking about this last Halo Reach PC flight. I say last because it's still going on right now, but also I think this will be the final Halo Reach flight before this thing comes to Xbox One and PC. The reason I say that is it's pretty much there from what I can tell. The first flight was the campaign mission, didn't get in on that one, but the second flight for Firefight ran great. And then this third flight included Winter Contingency, Firefight, custom games, and multiplayer. On Xbox One, I told you guys it felt really, really good. I thought that thing could release whenever, other than some lag issues, which they are still struggling from. On PC, same thing. They got unlocked frame rate working this time around, and it feels really good, looks really good. Make sure to check your settings because for whatever reason, VSync was enabled on mine. Maybe there was some G-Sync stuff. So make sure VSync is turned off, unlocked frame rate is enabled, and man, they did it. I didn't think that was going to be possible. I thought we were probably going to be playing 60 FPS Reach for the lifespan of the game. That's just something that I figured was going to be really hard-coded into the AI and the physics and all that jazz. So whatever the team did to make it work, thank you very much. But like I said, the game feels like it's ready to rock and roll. Other than those lag issues, I would love to see Reach making its way onto PC and Xbox One before 2020. I think this year has been sort of odd for Halo fans, right? Halo 5 came out in 2015. And if Infinite is going to release late, what did they say, holiday 2020, right? So that's what, 5 years? A little over 5 years between mainline Halo FPS titles? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's probably the longest gap ever between Halo FPS games. And for the fans of Halo, that's a long time. And I can't blame anybody, myself included, for wanting Reach and these MCC updates to really be fresh content. New stuff to dig our teeth into. And even though it's an older game, getting to treat it like it's a new experience, something fresh and being a part of something again. But I think my stance has shifted. I think I'm more viewing this as a legacy preserving deal where you're getting to play these time capsuled games in the most optimal way possible, instead of trying to view it as the next thing coming down the pipeline for Halo. You know, back in early spring when they announced MCC coming to PC, I think a lot of people were hoping and thinking, Reach, probably June or July, and then we'll get CE later this year, and Halo 2 next year, and then Halo 3 next spring. That's going to be huge. I think they envisioned a roadmap where it led up to some pretty steady content drops for 2-3 months, all the way up until Infinite. And here we are now looking at 2020 possibly being the time frame where Reach ends up getting pushed out and released. Now, I think, I'm probably going to say I think a lot, so I don't sound like super arrogant here, but I much prefer this method than MCC's initial launch method, which was get it out the door. The Xbox One is launching, even though we know this thing is a broken mess. The initial MCC launch in 2014, I think, did a lot of damage to the brand of Halo. And they've done a really good job earning back a lot of that trust, I think, with MCC currently. If you haven't hopped on MCC lately, it's in a radically better state. There's always progress to be made. I mean, when you're trying to curate and maintain a game collection that has so many titles in it like that, there's always going to be a lengthy list of stuff to do. But overall, in the last 2 years, I believe they've done a pretty good job of that. So when we shift to Halo Reach, and I think for a lot of fans, they're chomping at the bit, and each of the development updates that get pushed out for Reach, people are just going, okay, what's the delay? Because they've sort of thought in their mind that this was intended to be like the next thing for Halo. When I sort of view the two things as very separate, I imagine that the MCC group is very separate from the Infinite group, and the two's timelines maybe on paper, we're supposed to lead up to Infinite, but in execution, you got to make the game right. You got to make Reach be awesome on PC, because if your first PC outing isn't that great, it's tough to win back trust from the PC community. Okay, I know that's a ramble, but I just want to share it with you guys. Let's talk about the October MCC development update, because MCC PC crossplay and cross progression is a thing, and crossplay is actually between the Steam and the Windows 10 store versions of the game at this point. I'm going to quote here from the article: "At launch, we will not support Xbox and PC crossplay, but as we have said previously, this is something the team will monitor and evaluate over time. If you own both the Xbox One and PC version, however, you will be able to load up on either, and your campaign progress will be unlocked appropriately on each platform as progress is made. Please note that mid-mission saves will not transfer between PC and console builds," blah, blah, blah. I get that. Now, they put out a really cool chart here that actually talks about your leaderboard, your career stats, your medals chest, your achievements, your account level, your rank, and your progression. Those things are going to cross over. Like that, all that stuff's going to be preserved. So if you play on your Xbox One and then you go and play on the PC copy, all those big career stat stuff, they stay there. Your player ID unlocks, your Reach customizable unlocks, those are retained, which is really cool if you have your Xbox Live profile like linked to your Steam version, right? But you need to re-equip them on both platforms. That's a huge win in my book. That's something that took Destiny frickin' forever to take, into account and to do, where, look, man, if I'm going to play on my Xbox One and I work really hard to finish out all these unlocks through this season, and I go on my PC, I want to have them there. I want to have my one account be my one account everywhere. That's pretty cool. Additionally, if they do put effort into crossplay between the PC and the console versions of the game, that would be exceptional. I don't know what the size of the Halo player base is anymore. We haven't had population numbers in a really long time. I do know that when I hop onto MCC for Xbox One, I'm finding matches pretty quickly, at least in the US. I've not had to wait a super long time. Sometimes the more obscure playlists and games, you play with the same few people. But if you were to combine the two, PC and Xbox, that would be phenomenal. And I don't think anybody can deny, like, the latest Modern Warfare does this, and you can crossplay with people on console from PC, and I haven't found it to be an issue, especially with Reach. A lot of people are playing this Reach PC beta, flight, whatever, on controller. I was watching Nated stream last night, and he was just shredding on controller. So I don't think there's the same, like, PC, like, mouse and keyboard versus controller argument here. Maybe at certain levels of play or certain competitive playlists, they would disable it, but I don't know. I think that's really, really cool. The other thing I wanted to mention too, in matchmaking, they're literally going to have a 1v1 playlist where you get to play hardcore, Zero Bloom, No Sprint, Countdown Zealot, and the Forge World stuff. So 1v1s in Reach were sick. If any of you guys have not watched early Ninja Halo Reach 1v1s, there are some legendary battles in there. Absolutely sick, legendary fights that I don't know if his Fortnite fan base know about, but that was my, like, introduction to, like, watching a bunch of Justin TV and Twitch TV, was honestly watching Halo Reach back when it was on the MLG circuit, and watching Ninja with the cow hat on just shred, dude. So I thought that was kind of cool. Other than that, they talk further about the customization stuff, which I can show actually on screen now. The customization elements look really cool, and like I said, it looks like they're getting pretty close. It looks maybe like artwork is to come, because I hope this isn't the final set of artwork for this Battle Pass looking thing. But overall, Reach is looking good. Reach is feeling good. I hope it gets here before Christmas 2019, because that would be an easy marketing push, I feel like, for Microsoft. Go, hey, yeah, it's on Steam, and it's on Game Pass, so get on it. Get that Game Pass, which has also got Metro Exodus on it and The Outer Worlds on it. There's no excuse to not be playing some awesome FPS games right now. So with all that said, is there a release date yet? Nope, no release date just yet. I think they're going to go back to the drawing board if they can resolve some of these lag issues, which would be great before launching the thing. Rad. But I do think that we're getting to the time frame now that if Reach does not come out before, like, let's say next March, we're looking at like next March being the time frame, I don't know. It doesn't bother you if you view it as a legacy preserving thing like I'm trying to, but man, it's a long time in between mainline Halo FPS releases. So I'm curious to know what you guys are feeling about with Halo Reach. If you got into the flight, what you thought of it, what you think of this kind of progression or this length of time in between Halo FPS titles. Shout it out in the comments down below. I'll leave a link to the MCC development update for October down there as well if you guys want to read, because I didn't hit on everything. And just thanks for watching these videos, man. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video. Hit the little alarm bell to make sure you get notifications when my next upload goes live. Follow me on Twitter at BBKDRAGOON. Love to talk with you guys over there. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you again very soon.